You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Excellent, excellent. Are you all excited for today's episode of Exploring Anime with Friends?
Yes, I am.
Or this special Valentine's Day episode of Exploring Anime with Friends, right?
Yes.
Today we will be diving into the world of Past the Monster Meet Milady, a romance fantasy with some elements of comedy released in October of 2025. First, we will meet the female half of our love couple, Malfira Marshallrod, and after that we will meet her husband-to-be, Aristide Roger Duke Galbraith. Then we will go into the very interesting way that they found romance.
Beautiful.
How their two reputations brought them together as one, and their shared love for monsters and monster meat. And then we will explore some of the challenges that they go through as she moves into the land of Galbraith as his fiancé. And if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. That button somewhere right down there.
I think it's right there.
All right, talk to us a little about Malfira, or Malfi, as she is so affectionately called.
That's an adorable nickname.
It is.
And she's an adorable character, really. She's got this cute personality about her. She's kind of soft-spoken, but she can be loud when she needs to be. One of her favorite things to do, though, is to cook monsters and eat them.
Yeah, no, cook monsters and eat them. Hence, Past the Monster Meet Me Lady.
Hence the title.
As the title.
Title is not hidden. They aren't trying to be witty with it. They're just being straightforward. She cooks monsters, which is very taboo in this area.
Yeah, that's how she got to be known as the voracious villainess.
And she is so far from an actual villainess. Like, that is such a slanderous nickname. She doesn't got a mean bone in her body, except the fact that she likes to eat monsters, which isn't mean.
Well, it's funny, too, because those rumors are partially spread by her family, calling her the voracious villainess.
They're terrible.
Mainly because the father didn't want anyone approaching her for marriage that wasn't willing to accept the research and the whole package of her.
Yeah, which is great, to be honest.
So he figured if he could put it out there with a little bit of exaggerative tense to it, whoever does fall in love with her will want to be with her, and nothing will be a deal breaker. It's weird. He just kind of...
It's one of those... He meant well.
Oh, no.
He went about it wrong. I mean, kudos for him for trying to help her find someone that's willing to accept this very taboo thing that she's doing.
Yeah, especially in her part of the land. You'll find out they come from the Marshallrod portion of the land, and you'll very, very quickly find out as she moves from the Marshallrod portion to the Galbraith portion that it's more accepted there, but people are afraid of it because people have tasted bad versions, because all of the monsters in this world have magical toxins inside of them. So I figured we need to talk a little bit about that with Malfira, because she doesn't just cook the monsters. She uses her magic to drain them of their magical toxins, butchers them herself, and then cooks them with her various different recipes. It's kind of...
This is not something a normal lady of the house does.
And she's a noble, too.
She is. Granted,
a lesser noble. She's not as high up. Her father's a count.
Yes.
And they're not nearly as high up on the chain as a duke.
Yes.
So but she still comes from a noble household with her father, her stepmother, and her little stepbrother, which, I mean, we could talk about them for a moment, but the truth of the matter is
terrible anyways.
Stepmother and her little stepbrother really don't play much of a role in it at all, other than some snide comments that come from her.
Yeah.
And really, even her father doesn't play that huge of a role. It flashes back a lot to her mother, because her mother's the one who started the research. And it shows her father reminding her that she needs to get married soon, or they're going to have to send her off to a convent.
Great choices.
And it also shows him giving his approval when Duke Aristide comes with a proposal. So that probably brings us nicely to Duke Aristide, yes?
Yep, I think so. He is also adorable, but he is also, like, the Duke.
The blood
The
mad Duke.
blood mad Duke. Why is it always the blood mad or something like that? Why are they always like that? I don't know.
Well, because he's a top tier monster slayer.
He is a top tier monster slayer.
And he does it with just one swing of a sword.
He
Full
is
decapitation.
That's strong. And we're not talking about small monsters. The one you see him kill the first time, it is very large.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's a lot of upper body strength and a very sharp sword.
And that's also a magical power for him, too.
Yes.
So that's one thing that has to be noted. It's some sort of like turned on rage mode of sorts.
So he's also a little bit soft-ish in the voice in a good way. He doesn't yell, he doesn't scream. I like that about him. And her and him together are just ridiculously adorable.
He's very subconscious, too.
He is.
He's always doubting, oh, did I do something wrong? Like,
yeah, did I offend her?
He'll say something that just sets her off because it was just so cute and adorable. And he's like, oh no, like the innocence that you see in them as a couple, it's absolutely adorable. And he's ferocious on the battlefield too.
Absolutely.
Like, one of the things that we quickly learn about him is that he has to expel so much magic energy during the course of the day, or it could lead to problems with him. And that was something that we brought up Malfera's mom before. That was something she had to do too, and was ultimately what took her life. And a lot of people blamed it on the monster research that she was doing, contaminating her and whatnot. So it's tied in very closely at the beginning. And Duke Arsteed's also a man of power too. Want to explain?
Well, he was a prince.
Yes.
There was a little contention going on when he was younger, and to try to alleviate a fight from happening between other nobles, an
outright civil war.
You're right. But spearheaded by the nobles.
Yeah.
He stepped down. He completely abdicated. They gave him the title of Duke, and he went to Galbraith.
Yeah, and in the land of Galbraith, that's on the border where all the monsters are. It's their job, though he is a noble with a high position, it's their job to make sure the monsters don't invade the land. So it's like a noble warrior.
I mean, definitely. He's got quite a few men below him, and I absolutely thrive off of the stereotype of the men actually respect the person and like the person that they're working for. You see it a lot, I guess, but
it's not really the stereotype, though.
It's not, but like I like it. I like it when you got a good dude leading all the other good dudes. Green flags everywhere.
Yeah, it's a trope that's not used enough, I feel, so many times.
Yeah. But they're all fighting the good fight, keeping the monsters at bay, and he's leading them, and he's doing a pretty good job.
His castle is very much like a fortress also. The city that he lives in is completely protected and guarded like a fortress too. So he comes from a very noble background, but also a very war-heavy background too. And despite all of that, he still has a very gentle personality when you get to know him. But many people just see him as the Blood Mad Duke.
Blood Mad Duke.
The one who races in at the banquet. And, well, you tell me, how did that whole adorable banquet scene go?
It was lovely. It was a banquet for the young people to try to find another young person for themselves. And by young people, I mean Malfera's age.
It's not a matchmaker's banquet.
It's exactly what it is.
Or picnic or
whatever. It's outdoor soiree. I don't know. Thing. Malfera's there because she's just kind of hoping at least maybe a knight might notice her. Like she's not going for the big game. She just needs someone to marry so she doesn't get shuffled off to a convent. And this giant monstrous wolf thing comes out of nowhere. And she sees this like cute little old couple that she was kind of admiring, like, oh, they're like adorable together from afar. And she knows they can't outrun this thing, so she gets its attention and she books it. And then out of nowhere, her knight in shining armor appears and just beheads the thing.
Yeah.
Blood everywhere.
The blood splatters onto her and onto him. And this is blood that has magical toxins in it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, they need purification, and he has purifying water on him, and he was like, you're not afraid of me?
He's got blood literally on his face, by the way.
No, that was so heroic. And it's like, I can't believe how amazing your swordsmanship is. And he starts realizing, it's like, wait a minute, she's like, she's into me. She's not afraid
She's
of
not
me.
scared of me? This is weird.
And soon it gets revealed that her reputation, she's the one that cooks monsters and eats them, because she makes a comment in the conversation. It's like, I'm just wondering what good food that could make
tasted
and
like.
everything.
Yeah.
And he pulls her to the side and he's like, how do they taste?
Yeah.
Like,
Instant connection.
it was like quirky love at
It
first
was the
sight,
quirkiest love that I've ever seen so far.
because their whole bond was over monsters, like, but not in some sort of weird way. Like, he slays them for his job,
Yeah.
and she removes magical toxins and cooks them for hers.
Mm.
So it's one of those things where they were literally perfectly made for
They
each
were
other.
100%.
And they got talking more and more at the banquet. And it's one of those things where, one thing leads to another, and eventually they have to part ways and leave. And he's like, I'm going to get in touch with you. And she gives him some jerky for the road that she made.
Monster made jerky. Yeah,
Mon-
she made it.
Yes, yes. And he simply says, and she's like, oh, I hope there's a chance that we can meet again someday.
Yeah.
And he's like, you'll be hearing from me soon, and I'll bring a present for you, a very rare monster called a royal noodle.
Ooh.
So with golden fur and horns, and it was a very pretty monster.
It was
right?
actually, yeah.
And if you like what you're hearing so far, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And we watched this on Crunchyroll. But she is heading back home, and eventually she gets there. And when she gets there, very soon afterwards, she gets a note in the mail. The note's delivered to her and her father. Tell us about that note.
It's a request for marriage.
Yeah.
He just jumped over any courtship and was like, I need to put a ring on that.
Yeah.
And he just went for it.
And her father's kind of like, how did you get his attention? He is so far above. He's like,
Yeah.
I was hoping, like,
A knight.
I gave up on a noble ever
Yeah.
wanting you. I was hoping for a knight. But this isn't a noble. This is like an important
a duke.
noble. So then obviously the stepmother's a little upset and whatnot, but
Always upset.
She's glad to get her out of the house. And the letter also says that he'll be showing up, and it gives a date that his arrival is going to be. Want to tell us a little bit about that date?
It's tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if it actually says like how far Galbraith is from like her place, but it's implied that it's a pretty big distance. So the letter gets there a day before he's supposed to get there. It's so great. You can't even prepare for this guy's a duke. You got to prepare the place. Nope, you don't got time.
No, no time to prepare it whatsoever. No time to hide the family secrets. Which she doesn't. Like,
yeah, I mean,
and they're a family who has secrets.
Oh yeah.
So the very next day, he comes flying in on his dragons. Him and his men come flying in on their dragons. And he makes it pretty clear, no, you can't cook my dragon.
Oh no, this is like my steed. Like,
and she goes in and she shows him the history of how the magic circles were developed to drain the magical toxins from monsters. And she goes into the history of how her mother believed how their land was going through a famine and there was nothing they could do. And the mother thought that the monsters could provide a sustainable food source, which she proved they could. But her research was rejected during her lifetime because monsters were just so taboo.
It's because you get sick when you eat it. If the magic is all still inside of it, you eat it, you're getting bad stomach pain, stomach aches, you get nauseous, you could die. Yeah, so they're not just like, ooh, monsters. There's a reason they don't eat them.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where Malfera decides, I'm not going to let this die with her. She worked along with her mother when she was alive, and she brings Galbraith, she brings Aristide to the research lab. He brings the royal noodle to her. She performs the ritual in front of him, and her hair's glowing red.
Beautiful.
And levitating in the air. And
he liked her more.
Yeah, he's like, that was the moment when I truly knew. And he's all nervous and everything because he's like, what if she says no?
Which in theory, it's hard to tell a duke no, but she still has that, ability.
Yeah, I mean, she had the ability to, but she was never saying no because, he was kind of like, we can hunt together and I'll bring you these monsters and you can cook them into food and everything. Like, I'm not sure how much of it was she was in love with him versus
fair.
She was in love with the concept of what he could bring to her research.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Duke thing is just an added bonus. So, but the great thing is, it may have started as a marriage of convenience, but the love definitely develops in the second half of the season, right?
It's so cute.
Talk to us about some of it. What were some of your favorite
Oh my
moments?
gosh, I don't even like anytime she was like making something and he got a chance to eat it. It was always so cute because she would be every time she'd be so nervous that well, what if he doesn't like it? You know, what if his men don't like it? What if they think it's terrible? And it's never terrible. She knows how to cook this stuff. She knows how to take the toxins out of it. But every single time she fed them something, it was really cute because like you'd see like they'd chew for a second, and then if you've ever tried anything new, there's that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, this is really good. Every time that look happened and she saw it, I loved it.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Like, one of the things that I really loved about it was there were many times where you saw the innocence, the naivety, like
Oh
they were
yeah.
clearly each other's first everything. That innocence was not masked or hidden at all. And many times he would do something that he didn't realize was inappropriate.
Yeah.
And his number two in command, Chaos, yes, the guy's name is
I
Chaos,
love that name.
would always have to remind him, it's like, no, you can't take your shirt off in front of her
Nope.
right after meeting her, even if it
Even if
is
it's
to
covered
clean your
in
shirt.
blood. Oh yeah, that was funny.
You go to separate quarters and you do it. And he's like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, and things like that. And it's, I don't know, it
Very cute though. Naively cute is one of the best kinds of cute though.
endearing, right?
And very endearing.
Incredibly endearing.
Absolutely.
So watching Chaos interact with them, and then really kind of watching how many of his other men interact with him, like Mullen, who plays a big role later on and becomes like her personal bodyguard when they get to the land, or even Zeph, the ones that are actually traveling with him, the ones that traveled with him to pick her up. Which, by the way, when they leave, she's flying Dragonback right in front of her,
right with him. Yeah.
fiance. Like, and the other ones are all carrying her luggage back on their dragons with them.
Yep.
So there was just so much fun watching them grow together throughout the course of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And by the way, like, that happens by the end of the fourth episode.
Oh yeah.
It's
They're engaged.
dating by the end of the first episode. He announces his intent at the beginning of the second episode. The first kiss is in the third episode, and they are engaged. And he pops the question that she answers at the beginning of the fourth episode, making them officially engaged. And by the end of the fourth episode, they are moving back to his country to prepare for the announcement of the engagement and to prepare the place for her. So, like, this is, if you are into slow burn romance,
this is not yours.
Not for you.
But at the same time, it's not a slow burn, but it's also not a fast one either. Because they're both learning about what it is to like someone else. So there's those little cute moments of like sitting real close to each other that make them both blush and stuff like that. That's just fresh and it's new to them. And it's just so cute.
Yeah, no, like the whole hand accidentally touches the hand.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that really kind of brings you back to your first time, right?
Yeah.
So really that's kind of, it's special. Like it definitely is. And yeah, so they are flying on the way back, and this is where some of the obstacles start to come in. And I'm not going to try to build this up and make this all climactic and everything and say that the dark secret lies over here. No, it's not a dark secret.
It's not.
They live on the edge of monster territory.
Yeah.
The Duke was separated from his family. So he doesn't have family that could be disapproving of her. He lives with his men in the mansion. Like, we've already met all of the important people we're going to meet for the most part in the first 3 episodes, and they already love her.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't showing up to protest against her or anything.
Yep.
So it's a very simplistic story, but the problems that they add in were laid forth in the first episode by showing the logic of the world that they live in.
Yes.
Talk to us about the first problem that they encounter together as a couple on the trip back.
So while they're flying and having a good old time, and I don't understand how the physics works with them being able to speak clearly while flying on a dragon, but whatever, we're not here for that.
Magic. They had the magical earpieces.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they had magical earpieces.
I thought that was for like the men, but I guess they could have too. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think I missed that.
But, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. And there's a lot of simple technology fused with magic, like some very subtle technomage stuff
Yeah.
going on.
Some very cool technomage stuff too.
Yeah.
But as they're flying back, they are attacked by this crazy group of like crow raven monster things.
Yeah.
And
But
it's like
giant.
they are giant and there's a ton of these things. So they're trying to figure out what to do because they're incredibly outnumbered by these large bird things. So while they're struggling to think, Melfira pulls out one of the things that she puts the dark magical energy that she pulls from the monster meat in, and she is writing all over that thing. And man, it looks sloppy, but she must be doing a good job. She's putting spells on it. She's making a spell circle. And she's like literally every spell she can think of that could work in this scenario. And then she puts the Duke's name on it, because he's going to have to be the one to actually cast this.
Because she can't cast destructive magic of this level.
Yeah. So, and if your name's part of that spell, it makes it stronger. It makes it better. So they get this plan together. The Duke sends one of the guys back down towards the flock of ridiculous raven things. Mullen, our bro Mullen, he disperses them because he's flying straight towards them. And then the Duke just chucks this thing while enhancing it with magic. And boy, was it powerful.
Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was partially powerful because of what it was. Because he explained to her early on, he asked her early on, well, what do you do with the magical toxin after it's drained?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we use it to light the lamps for the winter. And he's like, you do realize something like this could be like a weapon capable of starting wars. And she's like, oh, no, I never even thought of it that way. And that's one of the things he has to weigh along the way. He's kind of like, you know what? Something that could be dangerous in the hands of the right person is not the same as something that could be dangerous in the hands of the wrong person. So he trusts her with it. And the other part of why it's so powerful is because the mystical circles she's drawn on it, she is really good with magic circles.
She is. And she knows a lot of them.
Yeah, she knows a lot of ancient stuff. So really, those are the two reasons why it's as powerful as it is. And then you have someone who has excessive powerful magic flowing through their veins, and he charges it. And man, those three things together, it's like, boom.
They are so made for each other. Yeah. They really just are.
Yeah, 100%. It's absolutely perfect.
It is.
So they arrive back at the palace, and she gets introduced to the Blanchecourt, who are going to be her personal bodyguards. And he just skips over everything. He doesn't show her to like the chambermaids who are going to help her because he's just clueless. And
he does not know what's going on.
And Chaos is kind of like, hey, I raced all the way back here as quickly as possible to find out that she's not here and you're not here, but your dragon is here. So
where is she?
You do? He's like, the chambermaids are right here, just waiting to service her, brush her hair, help her clean. And he's like, oh, I introduced her to her bodyguards before you allowed the lady to get cleaned up. And he's like,
thank goodness for Chaos.
My bad.
Chaos has a better clue.
Yeah, like, man. So it's the hystericalness between Chaos and Aristide many times is just hilarious.
They're also made for each other.
So she settles in really nice with the chambermaids and the Blanchecourt and everything. And Mullen is appointed to be a bodyguard for her too. And he has to go back out to finish dealing with the monster problems. So she's already waiting and everything. And we're at this point in time, this is where the big conflicts come in. Because this is like episode 9 or 10 of the first season. So I'm thinking, this is what's going to happen. And we're going to leave on a cliff note and everything. No, he returns safely.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Yeah, so, and then finally, that's when he can introduce her. And he introduces her to all of the soldiers of Galbraith. And they welcome her in. Anything you want to go into that final scene? Maybe her encounter with the blacksmith?
The blacksmith. The blacksmith is one of the Blanche Corporation's husbands. She's already expressed interest in wanting like unofficial Galbraith sword. She wants to be able to do things. She wants to be able to go hunting with her soon-to-be husband. And it's adorable. But in walks this big burly guy
who's literally at least 50% taller than everyone else.
He is a giant among everyone else
and
here.
He's over twice the size of Malfera.
Oh man, she is tiny. Definitely tiny compared to him. And he just sits down in front of her and he's got this drink and he explains what it is.
Like
and
snake oil ale or something.
Right?
No, he doesn't explain what it is. She explains what it is to him.
Well, I
Because
mean,
she's super excited that she's seeing him for the first time.
I mean, he named it. He said what it was. And she's just like, what is it's this? Is it really this monstery kind of drink thing? And she just loves it. And of course he loves her because of that. Like that's immediate connection. And of course he'll make a sword for her.
She proceeds to beat him in a drinking contest.
She outdrinks him. Oh, it was really fun. I definitely enjoyed that scene.
This is where we'll be wrapping up a little. We didn't go into everything along the whole way. There are more colorful characters along the
There
ride.
are.
And there's a lot more like wonderful. I wouldn't say it's like watching Delicious in Dungeon or Campfire Cooking in Another World, but you see many of these foods and they look good.
They do.
But it's a lot more simple than the other shows like that. And it's a lot more simple than other shows like that. Any final thoughts on it, Sarah?
It's adorable. I mean, it's something very relaxing. It's not too in your face with like the crazy drama of stuff. If you want something that's just chill, this is a good one for you.
Yeah, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go into too much. You're watching a lot more real life. But it has those moments where it's kind of like it reminds you of like initial love, like puppy love, naive love, and stuff like that. It has a lot of tender moments in it. And I would say that a reasonably decent job with the world building in the first season.
That was interesting.
I do feel like the first season was a little prologue-esque.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
And the dangers with that is you never know if it's getting renewed for a second.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah.
Or if it's setting up to get you into the manga or anything. But so I kind of hope we get to see more and maybe a little more conflict resolution in the second season. I'm not talking about some sort of big bad enemy, but maybe there's something weird going on in the forest or something like that.
Maybe.
So, but we didn't get a ton of that. I'm not going to try to convince you that this is like a great fantasy epic or adventure. It's very simple, such an easy watch, and it was enjoyable.
Definitely.
The two main characters were very likable, and the supporting staff was decent too. So once again, we got to meet a romantic couple, Malfira and Duke Aristide. Then we went into some of their relationship, of how they got engaged, how he learned about her secrets of getting monsters ready for eat, and how she learned of his exploits of a warrior of the land of Galbraith. They traveled back to Galbraith together, and we saw some of the conflicts that the two of them face with each other along the way. We hope you had as much fun exploring the first season of Past the Monster Meet Milady as we have, and you consider watching this anime. Bye. So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcast. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts, and hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together. And now for a word from our sponsors. And today's show was brought to you by Dubby Energy, a modern approach to energy drinks with no sugar, dyes, or fillers added. Dubby Energy, be better. And use code EXPLORINGANIME524 for 10% off your order. That's EXPLORINGANIME524. One word, all capital letters, for 10% off your latest Dubby Energy order. Link listed in the show notes.